Hello. So for this week, I reflected on both benefits and challenges of foster care and adoption after reading the course materials and watching Instant Family. I realized that there isn't really a perfect solution when it comes to protecting children. Both foster care and adoption have strength, but they also come with challenges that child welfare professionals have to carefully consider. So these are challenges that they can either be behavioral, they can either be, they can just be, they have these trainings, at least in the movie, they have this like, let's call it like a boot camp for the kids and for the parents, for the potential foster parents, so that they can kind of practice what it's like, kind of have something what to expect, but nothing's really like the real picture, like what you're gonna have to assimilate and get used to as an adult and kind of like move forward. The first benefit of foster care is that it provides children with immediate safety when they cannot safely remain with their biological families. In many cases, children have experienced abuse, neglect, and exposure to domestic violence, right? And foster care gives them a stable environment while their parents work towards reunification. So basically it helps you see both points, right? It helps you see that point from the child that there's an abuse, there's neglect, and there's child trauma. Foster care can be the first step towards healing because it removes children from dangerous situations and connects them with caring adults and services. So these people who do like fostering, they're amazing. And in one of my previous assignments, I did mention that my wife and I had considered it. Why? Because it's you're giving an opportunity to someone who's never had that, and foster is just kind of a step until the reunification of biological family. Now, if you, as a foster parent, want to potentially adopt, then you apply, and I'm assuming it would be more ideal once you get used to and you all can, you know, live in the same environment, right? A second benefit that the foster care can give children is a positive adult role models, right? Even through foster care, even though foster care usually is like a temporary thing, seeing, caring foster parents, they can be good role models for those children. Social workers, teachers, and therapists can help children build trust and resilience, right? This chapter discussed resiliency and how supportive relationships with adults can help children overcome many of the negative effects and abuse of neglect. And I think this is one of the most important parts of foster care because even one stable adult can make a lasting difference in a child's life. You can definitely change a child's life with just a month, a week, anything. They'll see that there's more to life than what they saw. One challenge of foster care is that children often experience instability. Many children move between multiple foster homes, schools, and caregivers. Those changes can make it difficult for children to build trusting relationships, especially if they already have experienced trauma. In Instant Family, for example, the children struggled to trust Pete and Ellie because they had already been disappointed by adults in the past. Watching the movie helped me better understand the challenging behaviors and other responses to trauma rather than simply being difficult. The movie showed how much patience and consistency fosters and parents need in order to help these children feel safe. They're in a fight or flight mode, and you have to help them understand, hey, it's okay. You can let your guard down, you can relax. I'm here to take care of you. Another challenge is that the foster care can create certain uncertainty for everyone involved. Foster parents may become emotionally attached while not knowing whether the child will return to the home, and children may not know when they will eventually, have to leave. The uncertainty can create stress and anxiety for both the child and the foster family. Instant Family portray these emotions realistically by showing the ups and downs the family experienced throughout the foster care adoption process, and they were very disappointed when they found out that the children might potentially leave because they got attached to them. When I think about adoption, I also see many benefits. One of the major benefits of adoption provides children with permanence. Instead of wondering where they will live or who will care for them, children gain a permanent family and a great sense of security. Having a stable family can support healthy emotional development and help children build stronger relationships over time. So it makes the kid and the children feel like, hey, this adult really cares about me. They're gonna take care of me. I'm not leaving. They're not gonna just return me, because they've lost that self-esteem, and you are there to help build them up. Another benefit is the idea of open adoption. Before reading the article, I assumed adoption always usually meant completely separating children from their biological families. However, the article explained that when it is safe, appropriate, maintaining contact with biological family members can benefit children by helping them preserve their identity, answer questions about their background, and reduce feelings of loss. I found this perspective especially meaningful because it recognizes that children do not have to choose between loving their adoptive family and maintaining healthy connections of their biological family, right? So, like, if a child is from a different ethnicity, religion, race, they can communicate with their biological family, and they will not feel that root, that tree, because they're a part of that tree originally. They won't lose their roots. They'll understand what's going on. They'll understand any questions they have. They can answer as long as it's safe. One challenge of adoption is that children may continue to struggle with feelings of grief, loss, and questions of identity. Even after being adopted into a loving family, adoption does not erase the trauma children experience before entering care. This this is one of those things where it's a long-term effect, and that something that happened to them, that abuse stays there. It's not gonna go away that easily, and you're gonna need to build on that as a foster parent or an adoptive parent. Another challenge is making sure adoptive parents are fully prepared to meet the child's emotional and developmental needs. This is where National Adoption Competency Mental Health Training, or NTI, become important to me. The training emphasizes that adoption competency means understanding trauma, attachment, grief, identity, and the lifelong impact of adoption can have. I think this is essential because love alone is not always enough. Families need education, resources, and ongoing support to help children heal. Overall, I do believe that foster and adoption is much more a balanced way. Foster care provides safety and opportunities for healing, while adoption can provide permanence and stability at the same time. Both systems have challenges that require compassionate, trauma-informed professionals and well-prepared families. Instant Family made these concepts feel much more real because it showed both the joys and the struggles of caring for children who have experienced trauma. The movie reminded me that the healing process and that patient consistency and understanding can have a powerful impact on a child's life. And I really did enjoy that because they had outlets. The kids needed to find out a way how to health like in a healthy way, release that anger they had, release that anxiety they had, and know that they were in a safe spot. As a future social worker, like, this week's materials reinforced for me that every decision should be guided by the child's best interests and recognize the importance of safety, permanency, identity, and healthy relationships. I do like I did like this. I became more familiar with it, and I did appreciate it. And it's something that, I was adopted, and I had the most loving parents. I was adopted because the situation originally with my biological mother was not the best. I still hold contact with my biological mother. We get along, but it was at the time she couldn't have me, and she adopted me, and I got loving parents, and I love that. And Instant Family just made me think about that. And I preserve my identity because I know where I came from. I have a healthy relationship. Yeah, I had a little rebellious phase when I grew up because oh, was I not wanted? But it wasn't that. It's like life's more complicated than that, and it's not black and white. And I just enjoyed this a lot. So thank you for your attention.